Awesome. Well, hello, everybody. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. We're so happy to be here tonight. I think we're going to let Tracy kick us off. Is that right?
I am. We're going to give everybody some time to sign on really quick. Just to let you know, we are streaming from several different places tonight. I'm in Fort Worth, Texas. Ginger's in Montana. Elizabeth is in Kentucky. And Christy is in Dallas, I think, right now. So we're just like, we're coming to you from a lot of different places. We also have some guests that are going to be popping in tonight, and they are also from other places. So we just want to be sure, number one, is that you can hear us okay. So before we get started, just come on in, say hi, tell us where you're from. We would love to see that and get to know y'all.
Well, hello. I'm seeing lots of familiar names on here.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Oh, I love seeing everybody's little face, their little profile picture.
Awesome. Okay. And has somebody just double check and make sure that we're going live in the event.
Yep.
Let's do that first right quick before we get going.
I'm still trying to get everything situated on this end right
I know. Hey, everybody.
Hi, girl.
Hi.
Hello, everybody. So glad that you're here watching tonight. I see people from Florida, San Diego, New York. Lots of places. That's awesome.
Okay, it says live now. So
Florida. Okay, good. Okay. Well, I just wanted to be sure, we got to kind of check all these technical things out, make sure we're showing up where we need to be. So let me go ahead and kick us off tonight. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Miss Tracy, and my business is Miss Tracy Creates. And I'm going to just officially welcome you tonight to our Creative Cash Course Info Night. We're excited that you're here because that means that you have interest in possibly turning your passion into some profit, right? How many of you would love to possibly sell your handmade items? And maybe, for some of us, it's to support our habit, right, girls?
That's how it started.
For some of us, it's become more of a true business and an income stream that has greatly helped our families, our situations. So for some of you, it will be bringing in just that side hustle, right? That little bit of extra cash. And that's what we're going to talk to you about tonight is how the Creative Cash Course can help you in this endeavor of selling your handmade items. Okay. So let me get back to my other screen here really quick. I've got several screens going tonight, as do all the other girls too.
I'm
so
trying to share.
If you see us looking down or looking over or to the side, it's because we have multiple screens going on because, again, we are going live in multiple places. And that's just such an awesome thing that we can that technology allows us to do that. So what I want to tell you first is this is really important because one of you out there is going to win a 30-minute coaching call with the four of us. Now, you're going to learn more about us here in just a minute. But the reason I'm telling you this now is because we want you to sprinkle out this video, okay, on your social media feeds. We want you to send it out. Here, this is what we want you to do. We want you to sprinkle, okay? Now, if you do that, we're going to enter you into a drawing. Everyone that spreads the love tonight, we're going to enter you into a drawing for a free 30-minute coaching call. Now, normally a coaching call is done one-on-one with one coach. But guess what? There are four of us coaches in the Creative Cash Course. So you're going to get a 4-on-1 coaching call. And if you sign up for the Creative Cash Course tonight, you're going to get a second entry into that drawing. And that's an amazing opportunity. We love to help and encourage others that want to start selling their items handmade or want to start their own creative independent business. we want to help you, and we'd love to see people succeed at this. Y'all, this is our third time. You know what? I forgot to tell you the hashtag. Okay. When you share, we want you to post the hashtag. Are you ready for it? Do you have it on a banner, Jen? It's hashtag CCC 2022. We'll put that up on a banner for you. I almost forgot that part. Kind of important.
Got it.
Thank you. There it is. Okay. CCC stands for Creative Cash Course 2022. We need to change that, Jen, to 2022.
I've done that so many times this year. I don't know why.
Thank you. So you can put that, just post that hashtag when you share. That just makes it easier for us to find you, so that we can make sure that you get entered into the drawing, since we are streaming from several different locations. Okay. And super excited about that. We just had a blast doing that with Christian McQuarrie, was our winner last year. And we just had a blast helping her launch her business. And she's just doing exceptionally well. So one of you could be that lucky person. So I'm just mentioning that now. We'll mention it off and on throughout the night tonight, just to give you that opportunity, because we want you to have as many opportunities to get in the drawing as you possibly can. Okay. So let's talk really quickly about what is the Creative Cash Course? What is this, and how could it benefit you? How could it help you? Well, the four of us, this is going to be our third time to launch this course. We've actually taught it 2 other times. And y'all, we are bringing it back this year in 2022, bigger and better than ever. We still have a lot of great information in this course, and we have added to it. And we're going to talk to you a little bit tonight about the segments and kind of different things that you'll learn with throughout this course. It is a 5-week course. It's going to be dripped out to you 1 week at a time for 5 weeks. And basically, we're bringing you all of our knowledge. Okay. Each one of us here, and we're going to each introduce, the girls are introduce themselves in just a minute. Each one of us here is a independent business owner, and we're all creatives. We all do different things. We're different in the things that we create, but we have been what we call business besties now for a very long time. We have all spent, I don't even want to say how much money on coaching courses. That's actually how we all four met. And it has just been such a great way for us to collaborate. That's one thing that you're really going to like about the Creative Cash Course. It's going to throw you in with people that are like-minded, that are just like you, trying to get started, wanting to get started, and you're going to create your own business besties, just like we have here. It's such a great support system to have somebody starting out with you, so you don't feel like you're doing everything alone. So we have 5 weeks of instructional videos for you. Okay. Now, each one of us has a video for each week. Okay. So again, I can't stress enough. This is not just a 1-person coached course. You're getting all 4 of us. So you're going to get knowledge from me about my background and what I can bring to the table to teach you. You're going to get the same from Christy and her background and her business and what she can teach you, from Jen, from Elizabeth. Some of the girls in here, a couple of the girls in here are their expertise. They have a lot of expertise in Etsy, selling on Etsy. So you're going to get that from them. So we each bring different things to the table. So you're getting a ton of useful information. You're also going to get hands-on coaching. And to me, the coaching aspect of it is the best, because that's what's going to motivate you, hopefully, and encourage you that, yes, you absolutely can do these things. And we're going to lay out very specific, structured information for you on how to do it and how to achieve the things that we're going to show you in the course. Okay. We'll also have a weekly Facebook Live. Now, that's going to happen in a private group. So we're going to have a private community where everybody that joins the Creative Cash course will be in that private community. That way it's like our personal hangout, y'all. Okay. It's like our little clubhouse. That's where we can talk. We can share information. That's where we will also be going live and doing a live Q&A with you once every week. So that way, once you've gone through a module, then we're going to hash it out. We're going to talk about it in the live Q&A. If you have questions, anything like that. Let's see, what else, girls? I think let's just jump right in. I think we need to go ahead and just introduce ourselves, talk a little bit about our business. I'm going to go ahead and start since I'm already talking. Again, my name is Miss Tracy. My business name is Miss Tracy Creates. I also am the owner and creative director of a store and studio called The Little Blue House. And so I'm super excited to be here. Y'all, I've been in the creative industry for quite a long, long time. I had my brick and mortar shop for almost 11 years and now have transitioned my business more online. I have 4 successful membership groups. A couple of them are subscription boxes, and that's one of our new ads. By the way, that's one of the new ads that we've added to the course. I'm going to be teaching you about how to possibly start your own subscription box membership if you're interested in something like that. So lots of valuable information. I cannot wait to get to know each of you better. And I'm going to go ahead now and let Elizabeth, why don't you go next?
Well, hello, good evening. I'm Elizabeth Rhodes, and I'm the artist at Elizabeth Rhodes Studio. I'm in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I'm a glass and resin artist and a watercolorist. And I have a couple of membership groups. I have a glass and resin makers group, glass collage makers, and I have a watercolor membership group. And I also teach online classes. So when I first decided that I wanted to start a business and really turn my hobby, we all have this hobby that we do, right? That doesn't make us any money, but I knew that I could make money doing it. And I remember going to my husband and saying, I'm ready to invest in some coaching because I don't know how to do the stuff that I need to learn to do. And honestly, that first coaching that I invested in was really good for me, but it didn't teach me a lot of hands-on stuff. So when we created this course, it was really important to all 4 of us and important to me and all of us to really have step by step instruction on how to do certain things to get started. Because we have all been in that position where we don't even know where to begin. So anyway, that's what I do. And that's why I'm really passionate about this course, because I think it really teaches people how to turn their hobby into something that they can provide for their family with, something that they can contribute to their family. Stayed at home with my kids while they were growing up. And now I've got one going to college and one that's married. And it's my turn. It's my turn to do something that feels like I'm really making a contribution. And we can afford to travel and do fun things with our money. So we couldn't have done that before. So anyway, I'm happy to be here. Okay, let's see who's next. Jen.
Thank you. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm going to put the name of my business in the comments so I can post it up there. Hi, everyone. I am Ginger LaCour with Jen's Den Art. I am a retired high school math teacher from 2016. And so this is right after I retired. I kind of spent a year doing both, teaching and starting this business, Jen's Den Art. And so I've done a few transitions. I started just with an Etsy shop and I started making wood signs. And then I got more into painting and art, and it's all acrylics. And now I have one membership with 2 avenues. It is an acrylic painting membership. And we have about 450 ladies in that membership. And one of them is you paint live with us once a month. And the other one is you paint live with us once a week, depending on how much time you have. You join either group. And so we are rocking and rolling. I have spent the last 7 years trugging away at this business, and it is blessed. God has blessed all of us with the opportunity to not only meet one another through the internet, because we all had commonalities, and that's how we met. Was we actually took a business course and from someone else, and we met each other through that business course, and now we are just helping each other grow. And it's just been an awesome opportunity. You can probably tell I'm not originally from Montana. I'm originally from Louisiana. Yeah, born and raised there. And we just came live in Montana for a few years to enjoy the mountain life. So we're so glad you're here. We're so glad you're watching us. And don't forget to share or sprinkle the love with hashtag CCC 2022 so you can win a 30-minute free coaching call with all 4 of us.
Hey everybody, I'm Christy Darty. My business is Create with Christy. I teach hand lettering. I also teach it on the iPad. My focus is on faith, so I mainly hand letter scripture. And then something new, since the last time we had this course, I didn't get to talk about it because I had not had my subscription box. So I'm excited about that because I started a washi tape subscription club. But just a quick backstory. So I was in the paper crafting industry for 8 years, had a huge meltdown, panic attacks, all the things, and had to just stay home and not work. And so I just prayed about what was I supposed to do. And so it's really cool how the Lord has brought me on this journey to be able to do what I do today, because for one, I can reach more people, being able to do something in the online business. But it's just really cool how before my mind wasn't in the right place. I was more focused on earning trips and things like that. But now that's why I put faith in my business, because that's exactly, why I do what I do. But I've been very blessed in everything that I've learned from other coaching, I've gone through a lot of programs too, like these ladies said, and just getting to know them and being able to connect with each other has meant all the difference. And one of the things that we're going to bring on some guests in a minute, and I think that we'll see who all says that being able to connect with some people in our group made a big difference with them. But anyway, I'm Christy, and thanks for having me.
So Ginger, I'm gonna have Ginger just kind of walk you through just a quick snippet of the modules. There are 5 different modules. And she's just going to give you just a quick overview of these modules. Of course, we can't give away too much information, but enough to kind of whet your appetite to kind of understand the types of things that we're going to be sharing with you in the Creative Cash course. And then after she's done that, we do have some guests that we're going to bring on camera tonight to kind of give you a little testimony. These are people that have taken the Creative Cash course, so that you can kind of hear firsthand from them. Go ahead, Ginger.
All right. Thank you, Tracy. So first of all, as you just heard, we are, this is our 2nd year that we launched this course.
Third time.
This is our 3rd year launching. So what we started with was 4 modules, and now we have 5 modules. So let me just talk you through pretty much the linear curriculum of, I guess you could say, what it is. So module 1 is basically getting started. What is your why? What is your passion? And we all take a little time to explain what that means to us. So we are rocking and rolling. I don't know who that was. Sorry. Okay. Module 2 talks all about selling in person to person sales, open houses, go into craft shows, how to get yourself out there in your community, that type of stuff. Module 3 gets into, which module 3 is pretty big. It gets into online sales. It talks about Etsy store, creating an Etsy store, how to put yourself out there to create a Facebook business page, how to get more traffic to your social media, and how to sell in all of those different aspects there. Any type of online avenue, which is really, of course, ever since COVID, that's really big. Module 4 is wrapping it up from everything on customer service after you've connected with customers, keeping them happy, checking on them, to literally wrapping your gifts and how to ship them if you are selling online. So all of those things are happening in the first 4 modules, which is what we released in this last year. Now we're adding an additional module, which we're just calling right now because it's a little bit of a plethora of things that we're adding, and we're calling it Upscale Extras. And some of the things that we're going to be adding and that we have available for you are talking about how to start a subscription box, talking about how to understand how to create Facebook ads, the basics, step by step on how to do that, because I don't know if you've ever looked at the back end of a Facebook ad. It's very complicated to understand. We're going to talk to you more about all of the social media platforms, what's happening now, the whole reels that's happening now that wasn't happening last year, things like that. We're going to talk about all of those kind of things. Am I missing anything, ladies? What else are we adding? I think that's it, right? Or just like a lot of the marketing is what everybody said they wanted. So that's what we're doing there.
I think you got it covered.
Right.
Got it covered.
I want to say something else really quick. So the way that we're doing it is actually going to be sprinkled out weekly. And every Wednesday, we will open up another module. So it's going to last 5 weeks, because every week we will be opening up an additional module with a Q&A at the end of that week live in the Facebook group. So I know
Exactly.
you already said that.
And before Elizabeth introduces our guest, I just want to tell you that right now, y'all, any of you that are slightly considering trying to sell your handmade items, there is not a better time than right now. There are so many different ways to sell your items handmade. And we talk about all the different ways, because for some of you, online might be the best option. For some of you, it might be consignment might be the best option. There's all different ways. But right now, more than ever before, don't y'all agree with me? I think it is just an opportune time for those of you that love to create handmade, that maybe you're starting to drown in your projects, right? Because you're making and making and making. And it's a great time to kind of turn those projects into some profit. And sell your items handmade. So Elizabeth now is going to bring on a few guests for you. We're going to have some time for question and answers here in just a little bit, but we're going to bring on a few guests, and they're just going to talk to you a little bit about their experience in the Creative Cash course.
All
You
right.
want me to bring all of them on at one time?
Yeah.
Yeah, just bring them all up.
Right.
Here they come. Here they come. Y'all say hi.
Hello.
Hello. We're so glad you're here.
This is so fun. I'm so glad you all are here. Okay, I was just pulling up your all's Facebook pages. All of these creators and artists that we've just pulled up all have started their business and are having mucho success thanks to their hard work, being brave, and taking the course. I would think everybody would agree with that, right? Okay, I want to start by introducing, I'll just start with Brandi Nicole, Brandi Nicole Studios. Her name is Brandi Fowler. Then our next, I'll let you talk a little bit about yourself in just a second. Then the next one is Jane Hagan. Wave to everybody, Jane. She has Jane Hagan Studios. And then we have Cassie Franklin with Beautifully Broken Brushstrokes. Their gorgeous pink hair. I love your new hairstyle. And then we have Catherine Mulhall. And Catherine, I just pulled up your business name is Sunflower Shanty Market. Is that correct?
Correct.
I want to make sure I didn't get stumbled over my tongue twisted. All right. So we're so glad you all are here. I'm going to go back to Brandi. And Brandi, tell us a little bit about your business and what you do.
Hi, my name's Brandi Fowler, and like Elizabeth said, I am the owner of Brandi Nicole Studio. I'm actually in Bowling Green, Kentucky, the same place that Elizabeth is, and I am also doing glass and resin art. Elizabeth is a wonderful teacher, so I took the creative cash course, and the fabulous 4 ladies that taught that they just give you all that they have. I mean, they just, any questions that you have, they're willing to answer and to help you along with anything that you need. It was the boost that I needed to basically start selling my art. I'm a computer programmer by trade and have been for 26 years. And so that's very structured in what I do. And so this is a creative outlet that lets me, explore the arts and, be able to be creative in my own right. And so I've really enjoyed selling my art. On April 12th, I have been a business owner for 1 year now. So I'm looking forward to that.
Everybody clap for Brandi.
That's
Y'all,
awesome.
Brandi, I still remember so vividly when you were trying to come up with your name and your branding and your logo, and how much fun that was helping you do that.
Yeah, these ladies were great. And out of this group, and I saw some names scrolling by. I know Melanie's on here. I joined a group of 5 ladies that we call our Creative Cash Buddies. And they're great. They're wonderfully supportive. And, we chat back and forth on Messenger all the time. And it's just been great to have those connections.
That is awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you. Okay, and we'll move to Jane. Jane, tell us about your business.
Well, I'm Jane Hagan, and I'm the artist in residence, literally, at Jane Hagan Studio. I do watercolors, glass and resin, and acrylics primarily. This was just, I agree with Brandi. This was like the shot in the arm to get me started. Since I've done this, have gotten a little more motivated. I've got a business page on Facebook, and I have almost 500 followers, which I think that's pretty decent.
Great.
And I've made some sales from there, and also have some commissions. I've done 8 commissions. I have 2 in the works right now, and I of course make some art and sell it. That's not commission work too. My latest thing is I guess I've made an agreement with some girls, and I'm going to put some art in their boutique that they're putting together, and we're going to do some commission sales, and I'll rotate it out, and they get decorations and I get art space. So
that's a great collaboration, and we'll talk about some opportunities like that, because there are lots of ways to do that, and I'm so glad that that's working well for you, Jane. That's awesome.
It has. I haven't gotten my Etsy studio up yet, or my shop up. If I do that, it'll just have to be smalls, I think, because of shipping. Yeah. But I mean, I'm enjoying what I do. I think this course is good for whatever stage you want it to be in your life, because honestly, ladies, I don't want to work as hard as you do right now. I taught chemistry and biology for 27 years, and now I'm playing. But I'm creating so much art that I was about to bury in it. So it helped me to find a way to move it, and also feel professional in what I do. I really do feel that way.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think Tracy said it's correct at the very beginning too. She said, even if you just want to make enough money to support your habit, which I know that in retirement, Jane is thinking, I don't want to, you're comfortable in your retirement, but it's nice to have that extra to be able to offload some of the art that you're making and support your habits. So
well, and also my husband's been very supportive in all this, and I feel that that's what's important to me, and you ladies help with this so much. I feel professional, and I feel my art is worthy. Yes, and that they gave me that confidence.
Awesome. That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Well, thank you very much. Okay, Cassie, let's hear about your business.
I am Cassie. I am the owner of Beautifully Broken Brushstrokes, which is a mouthful. Let's see. I started out painting door hangers. and have since moved to dabbling in who knows what. A little bit of glass art, a little bit of painted home decor, but mainly, I mean, paint, just not quite like Jen, and more of the cutesy factor. But let's see. I mean, I don't even know how to explain the past year, quite honestly. Like, I'm sitting here trying to write down stuff, and I think when I met
Cassie,
y'all,
we all know your year has been a whirlwind, and it's been a good whirlwind.
yes, it has. I think when I enrolled and I was a member of the first launch of the course, I had probably 200 followers on Facebook, maybe. I don't know that I had that many. I'm now up to 623.
Yay!
I've registered my business as a sole proprietor and then gotten big enough that I need to go to LLC. So that's in the works. I've opened an Etsy shop, a TikTok, Instagram. I've been a presenter in a craft show.
Yes.
And I am about to open a small booth in a farmer's market. So things are just really, they are growing faster than I can handle, but we're going to handle it. So
that's right. And that's one thing too, I think that you'll enjoy having those of you, if you've already kind of started a business, but maybe you're ready to take it to the next level. The Creative Cash Course can help you with that also, to scale a little bit. Maybe you're ready to branch out or try something else. And what will happen, Cassie, is you're going to realize by trying these different avenues or these different venues for selling your handmade items, that eventually one will kind of take off, right? And then you'll be able to kind of, okay, let's put these others on the back burner because this one's doing so well. Right. So I think it's great that you're being courageous and trying different avenues and seeing where it's going to take you. I think it's awesome.
Right. I have a question for you. So speaking about your growth and what has happened, what do you think is the primary reason that things have changed for you? What did you do different before you took the course than after you took the course?
Let's see. A couple things. Number one, in the course, I learned to do it scared. So much of what I've done has just been knowing that, you know, if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, we'll reroute. But I have 4 people behind me that know more about it. And then I have a group of people who are in the trenches in the same spot as me. And so I think just what y'all have to offer, plus knowing that I'm not alone, has made a world of difference. And I will just say, I'm not here just as a success story. I am here. I've already re-enrolled for the course. So that's how much I believe in it. And I know that I can still learn from it where I am in business now. So just so anyone wants to know.
And awesome, Cassie. We're so proud of you, and we're so proud of your accomplishments. And we're proud of you for doing it scared, because every single one of us, that's how we've done it. There's sometimes you feel like you have to have everything just so before you can start. And that's just not the case. It's not the case. It's just getting out there, figuring out what works, trying different things, and then going for it. So I'm proud of you for
do it all, just do a tiny bit. I mean, that's how we all got going. Just do a little tiny bit.
Yeah. Small
steps.
Okay.
And we want to talk to Catherine. Catherine, tell us about your business.
Hi, I'm Kathy. The name of my business is Sunflower Shanty Market. I actually have been in business for a year this month.
Yay!
And so when I started, it was actually when I started with this course. And it's just, I can't say enough about this course. But let me get back to what I do. I sell what I call canvas art. And I also make some other home decor. And it's decor that's perfect for like tier trays, tablescapes, you know, that kind of stuff. I live I live outside of Chicago, Illinois, and it's funny when COVID hit, that beginning part of it, I was taking care of everybody else. And so what I was doing was going on Facebook, checking out other makers. And that's when I actually found Tracy. So she was a big inspiration in what I'm doing with the canvas art. It was, something I enjoyed, and it was my time to kind of relax. And so about that time, I think it was June of 2020 is when I joined her napkin club. But anyways, the following year, when you guys started this course, I was in that first group, and it was perfect for me because I was my two daughters were trying to tell me, Mom, you need to try and sell this. You're doing great work, and I did a lot of research and noticed that nobody in my area was doing that kind of art. So the course came at perfect time for me. It took me, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to start a business. I didn't know if I wanted to, but, you helped us figure out what our target market was and, if that's what we wanted to sell. And it just step by step in little pieces, and so not everybody's business path is the same, but I just took it step by step. I went at my own pace. I did 7 craft shows and markets last year. So I feel like, okay, I've got a handle on that. And I'm actually in 3 brick and mortar places. They're like, those boutique stores where they have, vendors at. So I'm at 3 of them. So I feel like, okay, I've got those down pat now. So what's my next step? Which for me, I think it's going to be Etsy or a website because my customers are asking me for that.
Yes, girl. It's time for you to go online. It
Yes.
is time.
Yes.
That is fantastic. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
And when they're asking you for it, that's how you know. Some people say, how do I know that I'm ready to sell? How do I know that I'm like, listen, if anybody ever says to you, hey, would you think about selling that? Or is that something, could you make one for me? Or I'd love for you to give me one of those for my birthday. I mean, that's a surefire way to know that your item that you're making is sellable.
Right.
That is definitely one way to know. Okay, Christy, are you ready? You had a few questions, I think.
Did I? Well, one of the questions I was going to ask is, how many of you felt like you made some connections in the group with people, and a couple of you said that. How do you stay connected with the people you met in the group?
We have a messenger group. So there's 5 of us in the messenger group, and I'm hopeful that maybe Melanie and I are going to get to actually meet in person maybe in the next month or so. So
that's so fun.
That's great. That's awesome.
Any of the rest of you make connections that helped you in your business?
Yes. I definitely have a business bestie, and I have her phone number, and we are on Instagram together all the time, and she knows that she just has to wait, and I'll drive 4 hours and pop up to one of her shows whenever I know. So
have y'all got in person yet?
We haven't.
I do think that the connections that you make in this group of people that are kind of at the same stage that you're in, even if you don't line up completely, like even just the 4 of us, Jen, Tracy, and Christy and I. Tracy has, she had a storefront. So she had a brick and mortar when we all first started, and none of the rest of us had that. So we were kind of in different places in that area. The 3 of them all have Etsy stores. I don't have an Etsy store. I mean, we have different kind of things, but the way that we can collaborate together has meant the world to us. And so that is one really amazing thing about this course, is that you get a private Facebook group where you're going to get to talk to and get to communicate with people that are kind of in the same stages that you're in. And it's really invaluable. I mean, you think about the connections you make at church or at school or at the PTO meeting, whatever it is. Think about that in terms of you have access to these people from all over the country with their ideas and their creativity, and you can match up with that. It's really, it's a great opportunity.
And Elizabeth is so dead on about this, because how many of you out there watching right now are really wanting to try to do something like this, right? Try to sell your handmade items. Have you ever tried to talk to like your husband about it or something? They don't get it. They don't get it. Mine didn't get it. Mine still doesn't really get it. And sometimes your friends, you'll try to talk to them, but they don't quite get it either. It's just so nice to talk to other people that have that same goal in mind, right? Those same goals. And there's a phrase out there that says, rising tides. What is it, Elizabeth?
Rising tides lift all ships. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think about a lot of times, maybe Jen and I overlap on some things because we both do some acrylic painting. Mine usually goes under glass and resin, but I'm not her competition. She's not my competition.
Right. It is community over competition.
Absolutely. This uprising of handmade, like Tracy said, there is no better time to sell your handmade work than now. This uprising of social media sales and handmade interest in handmade goods. People want to buy from somebody that they like and know. That benefits all of us. That benefits all of us. Rising tides lift all ships. That's what I like to say.
Thank you. I didn't want to butcher it completely. Okay, Christy, do you have any other questions for the panelists, our guests here?
We've mainly covered it and everybody's gotten to share, but you had talked about helping people with like their business names and stuff like that. Like it's so fun to get inspiration and brainstorm with other people because all of a sudden they'll think of something that you never thought of. You're like, what? Like for one thing for me, I said I would never do a subscription box ever. And she's got a couple and she's like, you should do it. I'm like, I don't know. But then here I am and I'm loving it and it's so successful and it's so they see things in you that you don't see in yourself a lot of times.
Right.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about that, Christy, because tell us how you grew that and where you are right now in that subscription box, because that's something that you just started brand new. Right?
I think it's maybe my 5th month. Yeah, it was really scary. I was like, how am I going to get people to sign up for this? And prayer is a big part, honestly, but just sharing my passion of what I love. And, I do like free classes for people to see like how I use my washi tape. If you're not familiar with washi tape, y'all, it's just the cutest tape. It's just everybody needs washi tape. And I just show them creative ways to use it. And that's what's really grown it is people who didn't know what washi tape was, or they're like me, they're a collector and then they don't know what to do with it, to show them, look, this is how you could use it in a non-traditional way. And so I think I have 91 people now in the group. So
in just 5 months. That's phenomenal, Christy.
Yes,
I remember you
great.
had your first month with 20 people and you were like, I don't know if this is going to take off. And you did it. You did it.
I'm thrilled with 20. You know what I mean? Like, I am very, very grateful. And I'm scaling it. Like I'm ordering, I have to order, it's custom made and then it has to go into production and then it has to be shipped from far away. So it's like, I have to really prepare ahead of time. But that's another thing about connecting with Tracy, who already has them and has one. And then Elizabeth, she does one a few times a year too. And so just be able to ask them questions has been very, very helpful. And just for us to bounce ideas off each other. And when we have any kind of troubleshooting and we're like, oh my goodness, how do I handle this? We go to each other.
Exactly. And brainstorming, you sitting there racking your brain trying to come up with ideas. Well, it's so much easier when you have a whole bunch of creative brains
or even
all working together. And it's great. And we celebrate everyone's success because each one of us in our own way has set our own goals, our own little things that we have going on. And then we celebrate each other in our success. I think that's something that's very important. And Christy's touched on this a few times, but our faith is a big, strong factor in all 4 of our businesses, as well as a lot of the people that take the Creative Cash course. And so that's just something to know. Going into this, we all have that belief system that, anything is possible when we do things for the right reasons, right? And so God has blessed each one of us with just some great experiences, things now that we can pass on and hopefully help and encourage others so that they can start making that creative cash, or maybe even spinning off that little side hustle, and who knows where that could turn. Do you want to keep it small? Then keep it small. Maybe you'll decide you want to scale it up a little bit. That's a great thing about having your own business, is you're in control. Mm-hmm. You get to control that, how much you want to work, how little you want to work, those kinds of things. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about, just about the Creative Cash course in itself. It is very much structured so that you can work at your own pace. Even though the 5-week course, we're going to drip it out 1 week at a time, and we're going to go through dates and all that stuff here in just a second. But just know you're going to have access to the course for, is it a year, Ginger?
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to have access to the course for a whole year. So it is a lot of information that we're going to be we're going to be, kind of throwing at you. It's a lot of information, but just know that you're going to have access to this information for a year. So you can watch through the modules. And then when you get to that stage where you're ready to take on that next thing, you can go back and rewatch at any time, whenever you want. You'll also be in our private Facebook group for a year as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I want to talk about the bonus in a minute.
Yeah, go ahead, Christy's going to talk to you about the bonus, and then Ginger, I'm going to let you talk about the pricing and the sign up times and all of that. Okay, go ahead, Christy.
I think we can. Do we want to go ahead and let our guests go? They don't have to stay on camera.
They don't have to stay on here.
Yes,
we know
you, girls.
Just sit there and smile.
Thank you so much. Y'all were so kind of
Thank you all so much
tonight.
Thank you.
That was so nice of them to hop on for us.
Definitely.
The sweetest, kindest
so
thing.
nice. I love them to pieces. I love all our members. They're
okay,
all
talking about the bonus now, or were y'all going to say something else?
No, go ahead and talk about the bonus.
So I'm really excited about the bonus that we're doing for the first. Do y'all know how long it's? Anybody know how long?
72 hours. 72 hours. 3 days.
Okay. Yeah. 72 hours. We have come up with a list of 50 different ways to create content. And what does that mean? Well, if you are a handmade seller, you're going to want to create content, and your commercial or your business card is on an online presence in some way or another, having a Facebook page or whatever it is. And once you start doing more things on social media, you'll realize, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Or even if you've never done your first Facebook Live, you're like, I can't do this. But we're going to encourage you to do things, step out of the box, take baby steps. Elizabeth and I remember our first lives together. I watched hers, she watched mine, and we were just like, well, I have to tell Elizabeth's because it's the best story ever. But when she went live, her husband was helping her set up the camera. And as he got it all ready, he started going out of the room. He got on the floor and he was crawling out of the room, but I could see him on camera.
The way the camera was set up, you could watch him crawl out of the room.
And that's when I knew. I was like, Elizabeth is going to be one of my buddies because that is hilarious. And that's so me, it's just, you're so real and raw, and it didn't bother you. You did not lose sleep over it.
Just saw going.
We're such perfectionists that something like that we would curl up and die. But honestly, being live is real life. And that's how people get to know, like, and trust you. So this whole thing of content ideas, that's just one thing. There's 49 other different ways of things you can do to build your audience by sharing content. So that's your freebie.
Yes. So if we had go ahead.
We had
and you know what? Y'all don't realize how valuable that is because you don't know what you don't know yet. But I'm telling you, it is valuable information on that creating content. Because a lot of people, when you first start, you're like, you're going to start a Facebook page. You're like, okay, what do I do? So it's going to be very, very helpful to you. You may not know it yet, but I promise you, it will be very helpful to you. So I'm going to let Ginger go ahead and give you kind of the bones now of the course, when it starts, how long you have to sign up for the early bird, also for just getting into the course, and the pricing. Okay, Go ahead, Ginger.
Thanks, Tracy. So, of course, today is day 1 of sign up. You have the next 72 hours to get the early bird bonus. And then we are going to close cart on April 10th. Okay, so you have 2 weeks. We're going to be open for 2 weeks. So you will be getting more information from us about this. And on what we're going to do is we're going to release the modules 1 week at a time. And the first module is released on April 13th. But what we're going to do when we close the cart on April 10th, we're going to make sure that you're all in the Facebook group. And then once you're in the Facebook group, we're going to have a welcome ceremony for all of you on
a meet and greet, a fun meet and greet.
Yes, a fun meet and greet on April 11th. That's a Monday night at 6 p.m. So I'm going to type that in the comments so y'all can see that. A meet and greet on April 11th. And then module 1 starts on April 13th. It's just basically, it's just going to open up for you to start watching all of the videos. Okay. And so you have a year to just watch all the videos. But what we have done to try to keep you on track is when a module is released, we give you a week to watch the videos and to start making some baby steps towards those little homework assignments we give you, or whatever you want to call them. And then at the end of that week, which is on a Wednesday, everything's going to happen on a Wednesday. At the end of that week, we will have a live module 1 Q&A for you to just, just go over the basics. And if you have any specific questions, we're all going to be live every Wednesday. So that's basically the process for 5 weeks. Wednesday, open a module. The next Wednesday, Q&A. Right after the Q&A of that module, we open the next module. The next Wednesday, Q&A for that next module. And we do that for 5 weeks. So I hope that makes sense.
Also, just want to interject here too. If you cannot watch the Facebook Live at that time, replays will always be available. So you'll have the replay that you can watch in the group at any time.
Yes. And we have 2 options. We have what we call just the Creative Cash course, which is $347. But we also have a Creative Cash course VIP, which is $397. And what the VIP does is it gives you on May 18th, after all of the modules have been released and given you a week to study and ask questions from each one, we have a VIP Zoom party where we spend another 2 hours with you, only the VIP people, and we go through and help you more individually if you have questions. And that's usually like a 2-hour session. So yeah, that's what the VIP is all about. So Cindy says, what time are the lives? We have them scheduled for noon Central, right?
Right, noon Central.
Or noon Central on Wednesdays.
And on most people, no matter if it's my classes or anywhere, most people watch the replay. They watch it on their own time. So don't feel like, well, I can't do it because I can't watch it live. It's okay. You can still ask questions. We can still answer your questions. So don't let that.
Right.
We're in the group constantly answering questions and checking on people and having, conversations are in that Facebook group.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. Who wants to go over pricing? Do you want to go over pricing too?
Oh, she just did.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's
okay. Okay.
I was posting answering a question on another page. So okay, good.
You're good.
I see a lot of questions also in the feed that we haven't gotten to answer, probably won't get to answer tonight, but it's questions that are going to be great for the course. They're small things that we can definitely give you ideas for. And a lot of times what seems really big to you right now is not a big thing. Just little tiny things will get us like hung up. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Or I don't know how, this makes me nervous. We've been there, we've done it all. We can give tips. So don't let little things trip you up on, especially like, what am I going to sell? That's something we can talk about too, because you may not have it narrowed down. I didn't have it narrowed down. I was going to sew. Well, I'm not sewing, I'm teaching hand lettering. So you end up doing what people want from you, not necessarily what you think you're going to do. It's what people want from you. So
Debbie has a really great question. Do you see that one, Jen? Can you pull that up?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's take a few minutes. We'll take a few minutes for a few questions. Are you four okay staying on just a little bit longer?
Yeah,
let's take some time for some questions.
Yeah, she's asking about all the behind Facebook things, like an e-commerce platform for landing pages, email collections, paid courses, paid memberships. We do discuss a lot of that stuff in the Creative Cash course. And if you're growing slowly and you want more information, this is a great opportunity for you.
And that's something, just about everything you mentioned right there, that's something we all have for our businesses. So these are things that'll get talked about in the course. So it sounds like you've already established. Do you already have an established business, and now you're ready to kind of beef it up a little bit, scale it up a little bit? So those are things that definitely we can help you with.
And then Sue has a question about how many people do we anticipate joining? We don't know. Right now, we have about less than 100 alumni. So if that kind of gives you an indication, but we do a lot of one-on-one. Somebody asks a question in the Facebook group, and one of the four of us, sometimes all four of us, will respond. So you won't get lost. It's not. We don't want you to feel lost. We want you to feel like you have one-on-one attention, and you will be getting that.
And y'all,
4-on-1.
I always tease them. I'm like, y'all, this course is worth way more than this, because we paid. I paid for one course $1,000, and it's nothing like what we're providing. And that was just one of the courses I've taken. And so you're getting so much for so much value. And like they said, it is each one of us sharing our take on the same topic. Right. So if it's about, having an Etsy shop, three of us have one. No, two of us have one. You don't have one, do you, Tracy? No. So two of us have one. We all have just different things to offer you. We're on different platforms. We accept different payments. We do all kinds of things differently, but you'll get all those tips from all of us, because you're ultimately going to do what works for you. And I remember when I started, I was like, well, what email provider do I go with? I got stuck on those things. I just could not. I was paralyzed. Like, what if I picked the wrong one? It's okay. You're going to change anyway as your business grows. So those are the things that we can help you. Like, that's not the big deal. We got to take a step. Let's just do it scared.
That's right. We'll help you build your audience. That's another big, huge factor. And you've got to have somebody to sell to. So we want to help you build your audience as well. And, everybody, there'll be people that join the course that are going to be at different stages of their business. But we have something to help each one of you, regardless of what the stage of your business is.
Yes. I see that Sue says, when you talk about Shopify as another option besides Etsy, I actually have a Shopify store, an Etsy store, and I am opening up an e-commerce store on my website as well, because I sell different types of products. I sell original art, which is a high-end item, and I don't want to mix that up with merchandise like my little printing cups, like little gifts and stuff like that. So I actually have different avenues that I sell things on. So yes, I am going to talk about all of those different things. So,
and I have different, well, a lot of us do different revenues or avenues of making money. So I have a book I sell on Amazon. I've got my washi club. I've got Etsy. I've got lots of different ways that I'm paid. And so those are things too that all of us have differently.
Yes.
But you know what's nice about that? Like somebody said earlier, if I don't feel like maybe I have a trip coming up or it's Christmas time or something, I can turn my Etsy shop off and say, hey, I'm on vacation. I can turn my Shopify store off, and I can make my own hours. I don't have time to get the stuff ready, then I know I'm just going to shut things down for a while until I can catch up, so you have control over your hours in your job. So that's gold.
It is. And there's so many people who have gone from, who have been able to quit their full-time business that they work for someone else because this ends up being their passion, and they're able, because they do take the time to grow it, learn more about it. Like, I would feel like when I think about you signing up for something like this, I mean, you're saving years of research, because I've tried to do it myself and I can figure it out. I can figure out anything, and I know y'all can too, but it's going to take me a lot longer, and it's going to end up, I'm going to be exhausted. And so sometimes you pay for something that's going to make it easier on you. And in the long run, cheaper, actually.
Yeah.
I love this from you, Pam. So Pam is actually an alumni, and she's signing up again. Let's see. She says, did it the first time around. Right. And we're so happy that you're coming back, because and that's good that you're doing that. And that's what I meant by, there's so much content depending on which stage of the business that you're at. Right. So Pam kind of got started, and now she's ready to kind of bump it up a bit. So I'm so happy you're coming back, Pam. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Look
at Cassie. Cassie, I'm so glad you said that, because if you look at the amount of money the four of us have spent on coaching ourselves, the amount of money that I have spent on coaching Tracy,
your job would hit the floor.
You would not believe it. You would not believe it. We have paid way more than the cost of this course for a coach, for one person coach. And this way you're getting the knowledge of all four of us and the different coaching programs that we have done. So it is a great value. It is a great value. And we recognize that, but we want to provide this for people the way that we wished we had it provided for us.
Exactly.
We're taking you by the hand and taking you several steps further than what we've learned, because we've been there, done that, and we know what we still needed. And so that was our goal when we first started talking about it.
And yes, Miss Sue, to answer your question, you can upgrade.
Yes. You can have the VIP later.
You're going to want the VIP.
And yes, Diane, we do talk about taxes and keeping track and taxes. Yes, we do.
But it's different for everybody, because we live in different places and all that kind of thing. So it's not black and white.
Melanie asked, will the new content focus more on e-commerce as well?
Focus more?
Do we talk about it? Okay.
Yeah. Does she mean like Etsy, Shopify? I don't know what she's referring to.
You think from the like, have we updated that information? Did she take it before? I thought I saw.
Yeah, she did take it before.
I see who that was.
Melanie. Yeah.
Zoom is 7 p.m. on Wednesday, May 18th. 7 p.m. Wednesday, May 18th.
Yes, Pat, you're just joining. You will be able to watch the full video. It'll be saved in this event and saved on all of our pages, so you can watch this later. Yeah. I'm trying to get the comments are going so fast. It's hard to. And we've just hit our 1 hour mark.
Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe one or two more questions.
Yeah, I think one or two. Just grab a couple more there, Jen.
Yes, you will be able to watch the video later. It will be shared to all of our Facebook pages and in the event. We're live in the event as well. So yes.
I saw a question early on that said, how do I know if my stuff is good enough? And those are some questions I said, if people have asked you, hey, would you consider selling this? Would you make me one for my birthday? Could I buy one of these from you? Will you make another one? If people have seen, if you've put your stuff out there, if people have seen it and have asked you those questions, then you are making a saleable item.
Also, remember you're going to have the resource of having the Facebook group. So I cannot tell you how awesome it is having this private Facebook community, because you can post a picture of your items and say, hey, this is not really selling. What's going on? And maybe we can say, maybe try changing. Maybe it's the color scheme. You need to go to a more trending color scheme or something like that. It's a great place to go in and be able to show what you make. We can talk through, it's all uplifting, all done in an uplifting, encouraging way. To help you determine what's going to sell best.
And Jen even goes over that in one of her parts.
Yeah, she does.
What are colors and that kind of thing. So not only are you going to learn the business side, but we're going to help encourage you with your creative. And I just
creative choices.
We should all still be feeding ourselves with creative projects. Like, take something that you're not used to taking. Like, always fill your mind. Like, I've done Jen's course before. I took one of hers, and I was like, I'm not used to painting a deer, but I'm going to take her class, and it's just good for your brain to do something else and learn new skills. So always be doing that.
I'm scrolling back and looking at these questions. One of my questions is how you figure out shipping and packaging and labeling. Diane, we walk you through that. We help you out with that. So that we've got a whole module on wrapping it up, like how you do that. Then Cathys said, I've crafted most of my life. I've been asked to sell what I make, but I've always kept from doing that because I didn't know how to do taxes and income taxes on what I would sell. So I ended up giving it away. We walk you through that, Cathys.
Yeah.
You're good. We'll take care of you.
Yeah, I'm not getting these comments. I don't know where they're going. But I'm not getting.
They're way back. So I saw them coming through and wanted to.
Okay. Melanie, if you check, Melanie is asking how much is a new. If you are an alumni, you have a discount code, a promotional code in the private Facebook group from last year. And I sent an email out to all of you who took the course last year. You have a huge discount that you can use. There's a promotional code hidden in your, well, it's not hidden from y'all.
I think what she's asking is how much of the information is new. And we have an entire module. That's okay. We have an entire module. I read it wrong the first time too. And then when you were saying that, I was like, wait a minute. We have an entire module that's new. So a whole week of new videos.
Yay, Diane. That's awesome.
Yay, Diane.
I personally know Diane. She's in some of my membership groups and she does beautiful work. So Diane,
yay.
This is going to be great for you. Awesome. Glad to see you signing up. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's Central Time.
Yeah, Stephanie, everything's in Central Time Zone.
And actually, I'm going to share my screen for just a second. I'm going to show y'all if I can figure out how to do this. In the actual, when you sign up, this is going to be where all of the information is going to be stored for you. Can y'all see my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So there's going to be a link to the Facebook group. There's going to be a calendar, and this calendar is a Google Calendar. And so it's going to have all of our lives and everything in here. So you will be able to see, when everything is happening, and you can give yourself a reminder and all that good stuff. So yes, we have all of that available for you. And I'm going to try to stop sharing. Yes. Okay.
Good job. That's always a tricky one.
So if anybody's on the fence about it, I would ask for you to pray about it. Because that I want you to have peace about signing up and not feel the pressure of it. I want you to know it's the right thing for you. But if you're if your heart's fluttering and it's like, oh my gosh, should I do this? That probably means you should. I remember the first time I signed up for a course and I was just like, oh my gosh, should I do this? And it's scary to jump off and do it, but it's the best thing I ever did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yay, Sue!
Yay! Glad you joined,
Sue.
That's awesome.
Loretta and Elena. Yay!
Good for y'all. It's gonna.
Don't y'all, the four of you, like us as coaches, don't you wish when we all first started kind of all of this, don't you wish we had a course like this? It would have saved us so much time, so many hours, and so much just struggling to find all the information. And it truly is a unique course because, again, it's the four of us. You're getting all four of our experiences and all four of our knowledge and our takes on things. And I don't think I don't think anybody else out there does that. I don't think anyone else has done a collaboration like that. And we absolutely love it. We love it.
Yay, Sandy.
And here's the thing. Here's something that it's really hard because I'm gonna be honest with you. The rest of y'all, Tracy, I remember we were having one of our lives. Tracy called me the course junkie because I've taken so many courses, and that stuck with me. And I'm like, oh, I do. I take a lot of courses. I mean, I have an educated
teacher in you. It's the
teacher.
It's like an academic.
Is a big passion of mine, and learning is just I love to learn. And so I have added up that I have spent probably like between $10,000 and $15,000 on courses, but I would not be where I am now if I would not have invested into programs that have taken me to the level that I am now. And
you get your money back plus a lot more.
I mean, you get your money back fast. And it took me a while to learn that because I spent a lot of time just looking and saying, oh man, $9.97 or $12.99. And I'm like, oh no, I don't know if I can do this. And I finally did it. And you get what you put into it. You get what you put into it. So and more, so keep that in mind. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, don't forget to sprinkle with the hashtag CCC 2022.
That's right, CCC 2022. That way we can get you put into the drawing for a free coaching call. If you do sign up for the course in the next 72 hours, which is by, what is that date? April 1st. If you sign up by April 1st, then you'll get your name put in a second time for that drawing. And so I think it's going to be, that'll be an incredible blessing for one lucky person out there.
Yes. Absolutely. Invest in yourself, Loretta. I love it. Invest in yourself.
That's
you
right.
are worth it. Absolutely. And what you make is worth it. Definitely. Okay. We're going to wrap it up, guys.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you watching our little info night about the Creative Cash course. If you have other questions, please feel free to post them in the comments, and we will keep an eye on those on each of our pages. We'll keep an eye on that and try to answer and help you out the best that we can. Okay. And then Ginger, Ginger's going to, you may have already done it. I can't see all the comments, Ginger, but go ahead and post the link again.
Okay.
To sign up. The card is now open. We just opened tonight. It is open for you to sign up, and we just encourage you to step out. If you're feeling, like Christy said, if you're kind of feeling this tug on your heart, the flutters in your heart that, maybe it's time for me to try something like this. Maybe it's time for me to try to sell my items handmade. For whatever your why is, and we do talk about that in the course, what your why is. It's important to know why you're wanting to do this. Because it helps you set goals for yourself and things like that. So we're excited that we get to be a part of your journey, and just cannot wait to see what happens and where it takes you. Hi, Tina. Is
Yay,
this
Tina.
present? That's awesome. What a great gift for yourself. That's great.
Yes,
so thank you again. Again, I want to thank all of our guest gals that came on tonight. That was just awesome. Thank you so much for being here, all of you. And then thank you, my business besties here. Thank you for taking your time out tonight, so we could launch the course again. It just keeps getting better and better with time. So I'm really excited about that. Any last words from any of you? Favorite quote? let's close with a favorite quote. What's your favorite quote?
Mine is, she believed she could, so she did. I actually have that. I painted it on my wall and I look at it every day when I come in here because that's my motivation.
All right.
Mine is creativity takes courage, and it does. And if you're going to put yourself out there, you got to be courageous.
Yes.
So be courageous.
Mine
That's
is my
right.
favorite scripture, which you could say be the light, but let your light shine before men so they can see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Matthew 5:16. So let your light shine, y'all, be the light to others.
That's right.
Right.
I have lots of quotes that I love. But one of them I just happen to have on my little notebook right here. So I'm just going to read it to you. It says, she turned her can'ts into cans and her dreams into plans. So we're excited to help you turn those dreams into plans, and hope to see you on the inside. That's right.
Do it scared. That's right.
That's right. Do it scared. We should all say that. Let's end that way. You ready? Okay. We're going to say do it scared. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Do it scared.
Do it scared.
Okay, that wasn't too great, but okay.
Do it scared.
All right. Thanks again, ladies. Thank you. Y'all have a great night and keep creating. Bye.
Bye.